Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Rob's Rig. So I was thinking today, are there any active recalls, or what have the recalls been on the Jeep Wrangler? What do I have to look forward to when it comes to taking it in and sitting at the dealership while they fix something that might be wrong, right? So I did a little bit of a search, went out on the web. I wanted to see, what is open out there, and maybe you're wondering yourself if you happen to have a newer Jeep Wrangler, something that might be subject to recalls. I searched on the 2024 and 2025s. Excuse me for all the sniffing, it's allergy season and we got a lot of pollen down here. Anyway, I searched on 2024 and 2025 because I have a 2025, and I'm sure there's a lot of folks out there who have the 2024. So let's delve in, let's take a look. It says here, the 2024 and 2025 Jeep Wranglers have been impacted by several major safety recalls issued by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the NHTSA. These include urgent park outside fire warnings. What? And extensive powertrain recalls. These are the critical recalls affecting the 2024 and 2025. It says here, power steering, wiring, fire hazard, urgent, park outside. Could you imagine going and buying a brand new vehicle and then getting some sort of a notice in the mail that says your vehicle is so dangerous that you now have to park it outside? And I wonder legally, let's say that you parked your Jeep inside anyway, right? Like I do, and it caught on fire and burned your house down. Isn't Jeep going to be liable for that? Even if they send out some recall thing, because who knows if you ever get it, right? If your mail is sometimes like my mail, you may never have gotten that recall and you may not even be aware of it, right? I think to really protect themselves, and it's probably cost prohibitive, they would have to send registered pieces of mail that you actually have to sign the receipt for, right? It's the only way I think they can. Now, it says here, models affected, 2024 and 2025. Great. I did not know this myself. Built between June 24th, 2020, this is interesting, and December 2nd, 2024. So they were building 2024 Jeeps back in June of 2020? That doesn't make a lot of sense, but maybe it's parts that were manufactured. The problem, a manufacturing defect in the electro-hydraulic power steering pump causes high electrical resistance at the connection point. This creates extreme heat and can ignite nearby combustible materials. Woof. I couldn't even imagine. The danger, vehicle can catch fire even when parked and turned completely off. Wow. The directive, owners are urged, not required, to park outside and away from structures or other vehicles until fixed. Well, I guess maybe that's why sometimes you see Jeeps parking way back in the parking lot, right? They don't want to burn down the building they're at, or maybe somebody else's car, I don't know. The remedy, dealers will inspect and replace the power steering pump or harness free of charge. Well, how nice of them to do that, to make a vehicle not catch on fire that they sold you. That's great. There is a campaign number, and I'll give you this in case you want to look it up. It's 26V as in Victor 363. So you can check that out if maybe you're afraid that your Jeep is affected by this, right? Next up, 4xe plug-in hybrid battery defect, urgent, park outside. Again, models affected, 2024 and 2025 Jeep Wrangler 4xe PHEV models. The problem, the high voltage hybrid battery packs can suffer from internal cell damage, creating a severe thermal runaway fire risk. This sounds like some kind of nuclear meltdown, right? The danger, the battery can spontaneously ignite while driving or while parked. Now it's interesting, they tell you to park it outside. Let's go back to that. It just says urgent, park outside. But they don't tell you not to drive it. I mean, I sure as hell wouldn't want to be in the Jeep while I'm driving down the freeway and the thing spontaneously ignites. Come on, man. I think this is reason enough to trade right out of this one. But anyway, it says here the directive. Owners are instructed to park outside and strictly refrain from charging the vehicle, as a charged battery increases the fire risk. Well, I mean, it's an electric function, right? Why wouldn't you recharge it? That kind of means that part of what you paid for is no longer accessible for you to use. And if you finance this thing, and even if you didn't, shouldn't there be some kind of a refund for the period of time you can't use it? It doesn't make any sense. The remedy: dealerships will update the battery control software, inspect the unit, and fully replace defective high voltage batteries, as they should. Now, there is an NHTSA campaign number. It's quite long, so here we go. It's 25V as in Victor 741 / 24V as in Victor 717. So if you want to look that up, you can go over to the NHTSA or just do a search on it and to find out if maybe you're included in this. Engine sand contamination, 4xe models. Models affected, 2024 and 2025 Jeep Wrangler models. I'm going to quit saying that because that's what we searched, right? Models affected, I already got that. The problem: severe sand contamination during the manufacturing process was discovered inside the engine blocks. So they left sand in there when they came up with these casted parts, I guess. I don't know why else there'd be sand, unless they're manufacturing these on the beach somewhere. The danger: the debris can cause complete catastrophic engine failure, causing a sudden loss of drive power or an engine bay fire. Another fire potential. The remedy: dealers will flash a software update, and if sand damage is found, replace the entire engine block free of charge. Again, as they should. NHTSA campaign number is 25V as in Victor 766 000. Next up, pinched remote start antenna, TPMS fault. It says here models affected. We know what that is, although there's a little bit of a difference. It's 2024 and 2025, equipped with factory remote start and keyless entry. I believe I have both of those on this Jeep Wrangler. The problem: the remote start antenna cable was often pinched or shorted during factory assembly. So it's an assembly problem. The danger: this short circuit disrupts the tire pressure monitoring system, or TPMS, meaning the dashboard warning light will fail to illuminate if you get a flat tire. Nah, that's not such a big deal. I mean, think back to the old days when we didn't have those systems, right? The remedy: dealerships will inspect and route a replacement antenna cable free of charge. The NHTSA campaign number is, and it's quite long, I guess, 25V as in Victor 544 000 / Chrysler recall 56C as in Charlie. Now, it does go on to say to verify whether your specific vehicle is subject to these fire risks or hardware failures, you can enter your 17-digit VIN directly into the NHTSA recall lookup tool. So that's a way for you to go out and check to see if maybe you're driving around something that can catch on fire. I don't know. Anyway, let me know. Have you encountered any of these? Or even more curiously, have you ever had your Jeep catch on fire? I'd be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.